Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 1 of my new career mode series. Now, in the last few days I started my Arsenal career mode, as you may know. I've also got a second career mode that I will be doing alongside that one, and it is going to be with Leeds United, and basically that's because they are my kind of most local team and the team that I support. So basically I decided to do a career mode in which I try and get them promoted and back to the Premier League where they belong, and hopefully just do really well in the Premier League. I've decided to increase the budget by 60% and also do the global transfer network, signing of a top youngster. That's basically because I think I need as much money as possible, and I think the money is kind of there for Leeds. It's just they don't really spend it, and I've done the youngster thing because basically I'm trying to get loads of young players into the team to try and make it really good and a good team for the future. So that's the reason why I've gone with both of those. I don't usually do them both, but it's just something I feel is necessary for this career mode. So I'm going to do the Leeds United career mode, and where are they? There they are, 5.5 million. Obviously I've also got the extra 60%, so I think we'll have maybe 7.5. That's what I'm going to go with. Wait, is that right? No, 8.5 maybe, something like that, but we'll find out anyway. That's the team I'm working with. We're going to obviously add new players in. We're going to start on professional difficulty. It might be the case that I move it up if it's not difficult enough or something like that, but we are going to start on professional for now. Usually it's world class, but since it's a new game, I've started it on professional. European competition the first season, we'll obviously do that, but we won't be included in the European competition. We'll reseed it, and that is the side, that we'll be playing in the European competitions. And yeah, let's pretty much just get on with this one. We'll download the latest squads, and hopefully we can have a really good seasons actually, yeah, with Leeds United. So we can try and get promoted maybe in the first season. It might be a bit of a push, but we'll see how we get on, and let's load up the career mode. Okay, so here we are, Leeds United upon a new boss game face, and hopefully we can get in some decent young players. I'm not really too sure how much the youngsters cost on this FIFA. It might be the case that they're actually the young players I'm after, and maybe a bit out of our price range. But if we do have to, we'll try and get in some loan players from the Premier League, and really just make this a decent young squad full of players that will be really beneficial once we eventually get into the Premier League. I've been given an invite to a pre-season tournament, as you'd expect. We're obviously going to advance with that, and we'll be part of these pre-season tournaments just to get some more money in, really. And if we look at the amount of money we can possibly get, the highest is 2.7 million, the lowest being just over 2 million. So which one do I go for? I think all of them. We really can beat all of those teams, which is good news. So we're going to go for the largest prize money on this one. Usually, if you saw the Arsenal career mode, I didn't go for the highest one. I actually went for the lowest one because there was easier teams to play against, so there's more chance of us winning it. Anyway, we do have some emails here to look at, and it's the European International Cup. And yeah, basically, I don't know whether it gives us an objective. During the group stage, we'll be facing the following teams. Yeah, Domestic Cup objective, get to the round of 32. That should be achievable, hopefully. A new defensive midfielder. Scout has arrived for us, and league objective is to fight for promotion. That's exactly what I'm hopefully going to try and do. What we will actually do as a first thing, let's have a look. 8.8 million, that's pretty decent actually. That's almost a Premier League budget from last season. Last FIFA I should say. Youth Scout, let's see, do we need to hire one right now? They are fairly cheap, considering what they were last time round. And I think I'm going to hire this guy. He's $1 million, which seems quite a lot, and we are just going to get him in. Hopefully he's able to find us some youngsters. We'll go for young English talent again, like I did on my Arsenal career mode. I'll go for 6 months, and hopefully he can get us some really good youngsters. And yeah, we'll move on to looking at the team and trying to get in some more players. Okay, these are the players I've listed for both transfer and a 1-year loan. Starting off with Dukara, who I don't feel we need. We have 8 strikers. Way too many, and he's one that will be departing. We don't need his height or strength because we've got Chris Wood now, so there's no need for Dukara to be part of the team or the squad, so we will try and sell him, get some more money in, and we're also going to try and sell Scott Wootton. Again, I don't feel we need him. I want to play Byram as a right back, and Berardi is the second right back that I have in the squad. So I don't need Scott Wootton, and I don't think he's really good enough anyway for us. And we also need a new left back as well, because obviously we've only got Charlie Taylor. I know Berardi, I think, can play left back as well, but I'd rather him be our second right back that we have in the squad. So we'll get rid of Scott Wootton, try and get in a new left back, not to necessarily replace Charlie Taylor, but to kind of just be potentially our second left back. We're also getting rid of, is it Perver? I've never heard of him actually. He's obviously not a huge part of the Leeds squad by the sounds of it. He can play in a few different positions, but I don't think he'll be good enough, judging by his overall his current age. And we're sending out some players on a 1-year loan as well. Dawson, Calvin Phillips, Coyle, Killock, McDade and Parkin are all going out on a 1-year loan. Again, some of those will probably leave if they don't grow that much, Killock being one of them actually. We also need a new centre-back as well. In fact, what I'm going to do is I am just going to transfer this Ross Killock because he's not going to be growing enough really as you're looking at him. But yeah, we are just going to go with that. We need to now sign a new centre-back and a new left back as well so far, and then other players I'll take a look at once I've done those transfers. Okay, so I've just scouted some new left backs and centre backs. I'm not going to show you who they are though yet until we advance through a few days, and we'll see what sort of players I've been scouting. We're not actually going to train any players just yet either. We'll get through this International Cup before we start doing that, and hopefully we can try and win this thing as well. Okay, here are the first 3 scout reports I've been looking at. Tommy Smith is the first player. He looks like a really talented player, left-footed, 72 overall. He's only got 12 months left on his deal, so I think he seems like a very talented player. And that's exactly the reason why I'm going to be putting in a bid for him. Hopefully, he's someone that will be interested in moving to Leeds, and I can really see him working alongside the centre-backs we currently have. Liam Cooper, obviously Bamba and Belushi, that's the one. But yeah, we do have a number of different centre-backs to choose from if we do get in Tommy Smith. He's nice and young as well. He's not quite got to the peak of his career as a centre-back yet, so he seems like the right guy to go for. We're going to put a starting bid of, I think, 950 grand in. They might well reject it, but we'll just have to see. He does have a 15 grand wage, which is the only thing that puts me off him a little bit. We'll take a look at the other players as well. This is Aden Flint, who I've never heard of before, but he's 6'6", so he's a nice tall player. And he's 70 overalls, 25 years old as well. But whether he's going to be good enough to get into the team, I'm not really too sure. And he's a little bit more expensive. He's also on 15 grand a week. He's not quite as good. We'll put him on, I think we'll shortlist him, but he's not one I'm going to put in a bid for just yet. He's kind of like a very last option there. And again, doesn't look that great, but we will put him on the shortlist. Okay, this is the team I'm going to be going for the very first game of our tournament that we're doing. Hopefully we can get ourselves a win in the very first match. It's against Poznan. I've never heard of Poznan. Hopefully it should be a game we should try and win, hopefully. But I'm not really too sure what sort of overalls most of their players have, so we'll just have to see. Hopefully this team is going to be good enough to beat them. But we haven't managed to get ourselves a goal yet. 25 minutes in, still 0-0. I'll probably skip at half time, I'd imagine. They've had a red card, a straight red. Lewis Cook with a slight injury. They've made it 1-0, and I'm not going to skip it now, actually, because we are losing. And that never ends well when you skip, when you're losing 1-0. We're now losing 2-0, and it's not the same guy. It's actually a right back here. Wood gets one back, and it's not going to be enough, is it? They were down to 9 men, and they still beat us. Yeah, this hasn't started off well, has it? Maybe a change of formation, do we think? Was that too attacking to start off with? Lewis Cook's only out for 7 days. Luckily, he's just pulled his calf, so hopefully he should be back for the final game of the group stage, I reckon. But before we play the next game, I've got some more scout reports back. One from Matt Target from Southampton, who looks a very talented player. Obviously English, 6 foot, quite fast. He seems like an ideal player to be as one of our left backs in the team. So I think it seems like the right move here. We'll just have to put in a bid. We'll go with $1 million to start off with. In fact, I'll chuck in Scott Wotton as part of the deal. He's worth 400 grand. I think we'll go 800 grand and Scott Wotton. That's a fair amount, I think, and hopefully one they should accept. Also, I took a look at Joe Gomez, who has recently joined Liverpool in real life, and he's 6'1", and looks a very good player. The only way we would get him in is if we got him in on loan. So, again, I'd like to get in someone permanently rather than a loan player if I can. We will put him on the shortlist as kind of like a very last option. We've got a transfer offer for Luke Murphy, who isn't listed, so it's from Bristol City, and it's 575,000. Not a great offer, really, from them. I'm not looking to get rid of Murphy, so I will just reject this one, but I'll make sure that people can still put in offers just in case. There might be a really big one that I feel I have to accept, but for now I'll just reject it. And Ipswich have come back and said they believe he's worth more than that. They don't like the offer I put in of 950 grand. His value is 1.6, so maybe I was being a little bit optimistic with that bid. We will go 1.25 million, and I think we'll leave it at that for now, not as a player in just yet, unless obviously I was to put in Wootton. If the team that I put in a bid for previously don't like the sound of him, I can just put him in that deal, can't I? Okay, this is the team for the next game. I've benched Antonucci just to start with. Chris Wood up front by himself. A little bit more of a defensive formation here with Alex Moore in behind him. And yeah, I've made a couple more changes in midfield also. Let's go with this game. Hopefully we can finally get ourselves a win here. We did lose the previous one 2-1, even though they were down to 9 men for the last 12 minutes of the game. We need to find a win. It's against the team that lost against another random team never heard of, Grafschap. That's what I'm going to call them. But yeah, never heard of this team. No idea what league they're from, so it could be that they're a lot better than us. But we should really beat them, really, with our team. I mean, look at it. It's full of championship players, quality championship players as well. So maybe we win this game. Alex Moore's been booked, then they go and score, don't they, to make it 1-0. That isn't a good start. We're not even going to get through the group stages at this rate, are we? Sloth's come on, Mower off. Other than that, no other changes. Let's skip. Backfired again. We lost 2-0. Yeah, we're trying to focus on the league. We're not bothered about this. That's what I can say from that. What happened there? We've lost, and we're not going through because we can't. It's impossible, I believe, to get through now. Unless we somehow score loads of goals and the other team beats... Is it Poznaz that they'll be playing? I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go down. I think we can't go through at the moment unless it's on goal difference, so very unlikely. Southampton have said the bid I put in was unacceptable. They're not interested in Scott Wootton, so we won't put Scott Wootton as part of the deal. We will just go with money, and I think we'll go with 1.1 million. It's bang in between what the chief executive has said, so that should be enough to try and get Matt Targett in, but we'll just have to see what Southampton say to that bid. Ipswich again coming back and saying they believe he's worth more than the 1.25 million I've put in. So we are going to put Scott Wootton into this deal like I suggested at the start of it. Where is Scott? In fact, he's right at the bottom, isn't he? There he is. 425 grand he's worth, and we'll also up this to 1.35 million and Scott Wootton. So it's a big bid. It's something that I think should be a bit more likely for them to accept. Whether they do, I'm not really too sure. We'll just have to find out after this game. And look at those form bars all going pretty much downwards, which isn't good news for us going into this final game against... Oh wait, no, we can't go through. That isn't good, is it? We cannot go through because the minimum they can get is a point. So yeah, we can't go through now. We may as well just sim this game because it doesn't mean anything. Sadly, we haven't been able to get through and win this European International Cup. But we're going to focus on the league anyway. It doesn't really matter other than for the money. We are just going to skip it. Typical. We won the game 3-0 against the team that's going through this group top. And we got just over $500,000 for pretty much going out of that. Not great, but at least we got some sort of money from it. Okay, I've set up some drills for some of the players. Basically to just try and get them up onto their overalls. We are going to simulate all of them. Hopefully they're going to get some decent grades and maybe go up slightly. In fact, they've done very well, most of those players, haven't they? The lowest was Lewis Cook with a D on the one-on-one defending, so pretty decent, I'd say, actually. I'm pretty happy with that one. And Southampton have accepted the 1.1 million bid for Matt Targett. He only wants a wage increase of £150 a week. Wow, that's nothing compared to some of the players. We will just go along with that. Just make sure he does accept it. And we'll go a 5-year deal, and I think he's squad we'll go squad rotational player, actually, I think. I can't remember what overall Charlie Taylor is, so I'm assuming he'll be the second left back. He's 69 overall, Charlie Taylor, so yeah, he will be the second left back for us. Transfer offer in for Luke Pargan. It is a 1-year loan deal, and we will just let him go to, is it Dagenham and Redbridge, I assume? Yeah, it is, yeah. And we've also got Ipswich coming back saying unacceptable, not interested in the player still, and it looks like we're going to just have to up the bid to more than I'd have liked to have done. We will just go to 1.6 million, which is his value, and Scott Wootton, although saying that they're not interested in Scott Wootton, so we'll remove him from the deal, and I think we'll just go with 1.7 million, so we'll go over his value even though he's only got a year left on the contract. Matt Targett has accepted the contract, and he is our first signing for Leeds United. 1.1 million, it seems like quite a lot. It probably is for someone of his age and overall, but I'd like him into my team, and hopefully he can start on the bench, I'd say. Maybe I'm not actually, considering Berardi's there, but potentially he could get into the starting 11 for some of the cup games, and I'd like to see him just grow here, and we're going to obviously do loads of drills with him to hopefully try and do that. But yeah, now we just need to make some more signings. Transfer offer in for Alex Perver from Barnet, and it's 70 grand. Not great, is it really? We'll try and get the 100 grand for him that he's actually worth. Hopefully Barnet do decide to match that. Ipswich finally accepts the 1.7 million for him, and hopefully we can try and get Tommy Smith on a 3-year deal, and I'm hoping that he doesn't ask for a wage increase to 20 grand. That would really annoy me. Will he be a crucial first team player? Yes, alongside Sol Bamba, he'll start in our centre-back position. That should be a really good signing if he does decide to accept it. I've just seen Clinton NG from, I think that's how I pronounce his name, NG, from Tottenham. He obviously signed recently in the summer. I'd like to get him in on a 1-year loan deal. Maybe they'll let me have him, do you think? He's a really fast player. I think he'll be really good for us. And a 1-year loan deal, I think you can't really go wrong with that, can you? He should be a really good player to try and get in. Or do I go with a 2-year? We need somebody really fast up front, and I think this is the right guy. We'll try a 2-year loan deal. If they're not happy with that, we'll come back with a 1-year loan deal to hopefully try and get him in the club. But yeah, that'd be a really decent signing, I think, with a bit more pace up front. That should help us definitely in the attack position. Who else do I have in attack that I can maybe now get rid of if we get in that striker? I've got Antonucci. Irwin I'd like to keep. He's not the greatest overall, but I just think I'd like to keep him, really. Walters, it's tricky to say. Do I keep Walters? I don't really like to get rid of my young players, but he doesn't look a very good overall for his age. So I think we're sadly going to have to get rid of Lewis Walters and list him. So we've got Chris Wood. We'll have Irwin as our... I think that'll be as our 4th striker once we get in NG, assuming that we do. And then Antonucci and Wood, it might be the case that they start up front. It really does depend what overall our new potential signing is. Okay, I've set up some more drills for the week. Again, we're going to simulate them all. I've tried to include similar sort of players, I think, into the drills again to try and improve them. Dakara, I think, will go up here, actually, in heading accuracy. He has. And has he gone up in overall? Oh, so close to going up to a 67 overall player. That'd be brilliant to get Dakara up, so then I can sell him for more, which is kind of the idea with him. But yeah, some decent grades there. Lewis Cook getting an A, which is very good news considering he didn't do so well in the previous drill I did. But yeah, I gave him a bit of an easier one this time, just to kind of help him a little bit. Transfer offer in for Louis Coyle, and that's from Colchester, a 1-year loan deal. We'll just do that one and hopefully get in some more wage from him. Barnet have come back and said they want to pay 80 grand for Alex Perver. I think, again... we're just going to go with that, I think, aren't we? And look at that. Tottenham have accepted the 2-year loan deal. Brilliant news. 8 grand a week. That's going to be a brilliant signing for us, hopefully, up front. And Tommy Smith has come back saying it's 20 grand a week, which is what I suspected. So I upped our wage budget. We still have loads of money to spend, though, so it's not that much of an issue giving him that. And we will go with the 20 grand a week and the crucial first team player as we did before. There we go. NG 69 overall. That is a brilliant player to have on the bench. Look at his pace. And his dribbling as well is fantastic. I really like him. He can play right wing as well. So he should be a brilliant signing. In fact, could replace Dallas, another new signing for Leeds. And he can now go on the bench. So that is going to be a really good player to have in the team. Got 2 fast wingers now. That's something Leeds really needed in real life. Obviously, I doubt they'll get NG in real life. But he is a terrific player for us and will be exactly what we need down the wing. But yeah, it's looking a very strong team right now. Especially when we get in Tommy Cooper at centre-back. That'll be even better, and I'm looking at positions where we can improve in, and do you know what, I can't think of any right now, so brilliant stuff. And if you do have any more suggestions, obviously just let me know in the comments, and I will read and reply as usual. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll hopefully try and get in Tommy Smith before the end of the episode. Player has been sold though, that's Alex Perver for 70 grand, we get into the into the budget anyway. And Dakara, we've got a bid for him, it's not great is it, 475 grand. We'll try and up that to 650 maybe, I think we'll go 650. Just try and get as much as possible for him, and I'll try and get a value that I think he's worth. Tommy Smith does accept the contract, that's our next signing, and that is a brilliant one. We've still got loads of money left as well, which is brilliant news. So if you do have any suggestions, like I was saying, just let me know in the comments, and I will have a look at those players that you've thought about. And yeah, that is a really good sign. Look at that, Smith at the back now alongside Bamba. He can also play left back as well, which is even better. So yeah, brilliant news. 6'2", adds some real height into our defence. and we are looking very strong in the whole squad right now. So fantastic stuff, and that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe as well, that'd be really appreciated. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.